collectivity is the essence of this change. This particular time now, I mentioned before that in the past, how realization has been gained individually. Now, this time around, there's the possibility of it being gained collectively, through the grace of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Shall I talk any more?
Yes, please.
I'll just talk a little more. What was I talking about? Collectivity. Oh yes, I was making the point that in the past it has always been a very individual. Gaining of self-realization has always been a very individual exercise. One person would gain it. One person would work very hard, usually. But now, as I was saying, because we are at this particular age, because we are knocking on the door of the age of Aquarius, because we are leaving, thank God, the age of confusion and false teaching behind us, now this can happen collectively. En masse. There's the possibility of gaining self-realization, gaining this experience, gaining this happening. Many people at one time gaining it. So again, coming back to the point I made earlier, there are two things. One, the desire to gain one's self-realization, and then a second desire, which is the desire to establish it and develop it. And I'm sure Sri Mataji will be talking tonight about both those things. So Sahaja Yoga is basically those sort of techniques and practices whereby we have the opportunity to develop, to establish and develop our realization. What does that mean? I mean, why? So what? So why should we be interested in developing our self-realization once we've gained it? Well, again, it's related to the times in which we live. Pretty well everybody here tonight will have worked quite a bit over the last few lifetimes to reach this point now. Most of us here will have gone through all sorts of things. We'll have gone through the desire for money, for power, for physical gratification, for all sorts of things, in the hope of finding happiness and peace and understanding. We'll come to the conclusion that we haven't got there. And having discarded all that, reached the point where, right, what is it that satisfies? What is it that can give us that peace, that understanding? Well, what is it? It is the connection with the divine, the physical connection with the divine. It's the only thing that can give us peace, joy, many other byproducts it can give us, like health, other silly things, like finding a parking spot, if you like. Now, that might sound silly, but in a way it's not. It's like if one is about God's business, and the energy of God is flowing through us, then why shouldn't God find us a parking spot where we need it? It's one of those things that happen. So here we are at a very particular time, a very particular age, sitting in front of a very particular person. Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi.
Hello. I don't know what you have said, it's just Can you come? What did you tell them?
Oh, I talked a little about the three three gunas, very little about the chakras, nothing very much at all. And basically I summed up really, you heard more or less what I said before.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. We are all seekers of truth from the very beginning. We believe that we'll get joy and happiness through various means and various paths we trod. For example, some people believe that they must have lots of money. Some believe they must be in power. It goes on like that till you reach a point where you find out that those who have been running towards all these goals are not happy people. They have not achieved what they have been seeking. So we turn to God. When we turn to God also, there sometimes we get very much disillusioned, because those people who are talking about God are also either money oriented or power oriented. They are not happy people. That makes us very frustrated sometimes. But this search is going on within ourselves, consciously or unconsciously. We are trying to seek that truth, and this seeking is given to us by God Himself. We want to seek all the time something that is pleasurable, that is happiness, that is joy. Now here, as He has told you, this is the machinery that works out our self-realization. So whatever I am going to tell you is the knowledge of the roots. Through science and through other knowledge, the human knowledge, we know about the tree, but we have to become subtler beings to know about our roots. This knowledge was known in our country long time back. Not that I have started anything new. Only thing, I have been able to devise a method by which many people can get realization at the same time. The old methods were to cleanse yourself, to go into all kinds of cleansing and chakras by centers to evolve a personality, and it would take many years, maybe many lives. But in those days, when we are in such a chaos, and all the time we are facing a challenge, it is important that it should happen the other way around. The other way around is like this, that first you get your realization, somehow. You may not be clean, there may be problem, there may be physical problem, there may be other problems within you, doesn't matter. You get your realization means you get the light in your hand. Once you get the light in your hand, you can yourself see what's wrong with you. Say I'm holding a snake in my hand and somebody says, you are holding a snake, so throw it away. So I wouldn't like it. Somebody challenging my ego, that times if I don't know what is a snake. In the dark, I cannot see the snake. But if there is light, I'll throw it away immediately. That is the principle on which Sahaja Yoga works out. Sahaja means, Saha means with and Ja is born with you, means a spontaneous happening of your union, of your attention with the divine, the all-pervading power of God's love. This all-pervading power has got vibratory awareness in it. And it gives you also that vibratory awareness once you are connected with it. Not only that, but this vibratory awareness starts flowing through your fingertips, yeah? And you can feel what is wrong with you or what is wrong with others. It's a very simple method of deducting how to correct yourself in the light of the Spirit. When you become one with the Spirit, this vibratory awareness starts flowing through your hands and through your fontanelle bone area. This is what Christ called as the baptism. This is the real baptism. It's a happening. It's a living process. He has talked of the living God. And the living process, not of the dead, just come somebody and put water on your head and say that you're baptized. In the same way, Hindus have a custom of giving a realization in a way that they call it is a ritual in which they say, now you have become a Brahmin. By paying some money to some priest, they think now he has become a Brahmin, now he is certified. This is all artificial, this is not real. In every religion, they have taken this as a ritual. To form a ritual by that artificial ritual, they think they can certify that you are a realized soul, or you are a peer in the Islamic religion, or you are a Christian in a Christian religion, or in any religion like that. To be honest, these are all artificial methods. Real method is that this triangular bone, which has got this kundalini as in itself, is the force, has to rise actually just like a primule in a seed. It's a living process. Like a seed, when you put it in the Mother Earth, the primule of that seed just rises and comes upward by itself. It comes upward and creates the plant. It is not that you pull out the primule and say that this is the plant. Or you just bless the seed and say, now the plant has been created. It's a living process. Now we have reached at a stage where we call ourselves as human beings. And you know very well that our central nervous system has achieved lots of sensitivities which the animals don't have. Like they don't understand beauty. Animals don't understand dirt, filth. You can take an animal through dirt and filth, and you cannot take a human being through that, because a human being can understand. But a dog or a horse cannot understand that this is dirty or filthy. What happens really is that human beings have developed within themselves the sensitivity to beauty or to the filth. Automatically. What have we done? Have we paid for it? Have you read something? Nothing of the kind. Automatically, spontaneously, it has evolved within us these powers of sensitivity. Now the powers of sensitivity are there, but still we are not at the absolute point, which we can see the way there is chaos all around us. People are in a chaotic conditions. Now you see there are diseases coming up, you can't explain how they come up. People are doing wrong things without understanding this is wrong or right. All kinds of things are happening in this world with all difficulties, with all problems, and we do not know what is the solution of it and why these are happening. After all, if we are the epitome of our evolution, if we are the top people in the evolution, why should there be problems? Why should there be any struggles? Why there should be any diseases? But we are not. We have to still jump one stage higher, and that is the stage which we call as the Spirit. Every one of them who are great saints, or who we can say are incarnations, prophets have talked about this, that you are to be connected with God. Even in the Quran, in the beginning it is said that you are to be connected with God. Otherwise, you can never understand Him, and if you do anything in His name, it will be all wrong, cruel, or horrible. Very clearly said. Also, there is something good Quran has written, that when the time of resurrection will come, that is also described in the Bible, your hands will speak. Now, hands cannot speak, but the sensitivity of the hands and the fingers will become such that through your fingertips you will be able to diagnose the problems of other people and yourself, and if you know how to correct them, you can do it. Now, this is a living process. Any living process, a sort of a flower becoming a fruit. You can see very clearly a flower becoming a fruit is a living process. You cannot pay to the tree or to the Mother Earth, all right, we pay you so much money, now you give us fruits. Money is not understood by living processes. I mean, supposing somebody is having a breathing trouble and you show him some money, will he stop breathing trouble? Will he be able to stop? No. It's a living process. Again I say it's a living process. And when it is a living process, you cannot pay for it, nor can you put in any effort for it. It is effortless. Sahaj also means effortless. Spontaneous, effortlessly it should work out. You don't have to put in effort like standing on your head or going to Himalayas. There's no need to do all that. There's no need to fast. There's no need to torture your body in any way. I cannot understand why people believe that we should torture our body so that we can become divine. It's a wrong idea altogether. Because it is said, at least for Christians I can't understand. Krishna, at the time of Krishna also, he didn't say so. But then Christ came after that. See, Krishna is manifested by Christ later on. Everybody has manifested at different levels. Like in a tree you find at different times something appears. They are the flowers on the same tree of life. There is no difference between them at all. But when you pluck the flowers and say, this is mine, with the dead flowers, you can fight. This is exactly what has happened today. That's why they cannot relate them to each other. But Christ himself has said that those who are not against me are with me. Who are with him? He didn't have much time to talk to people. He had only 3.5 years public life, and then he was crucified on a foolish thing like saying that he is a traitor and all kinds of things. He had no chance even to tell people about something subtler. And this is something one should understand, that in London I was struggling with seven people for 4 years. Of course, now it's different. Now I don't have to do that, because once you have established the foundation, the things are better. But it was so. So imagine for 3.5 years, what could Christ tell about things? Whatever he has said is also very much clearly understood when you are a realized soul. If you are not a realized soul, you cannot even understand him. Because he said that my God has asked me to do this, my Father has asked me, and he got himself crucified, and we say that he died for our sins. So now, why should we suffer more? He carried the cross. What is the need for us to suffer? Are we going to suffer more than he has suffered? Is any one of those who say that we must suffer, let them carry a cross for a while and we'll see how much they can suffer? It's an absolutely wrong idea. God doesn't want you to suffer at all. He doesn't want. He loves you. He's the most loving Father. He doesn't want to suffer you. He loves you, and he will do everything that is possible for you to enter into the kingdom of God. So at this time, when we are faced with such difficulties, people are telling me that now we are waiting for all the 7 stars to come in and the whole world to collapse, because they don't want to live anymore. This is the condition, this frustration that we are into. But I tell you, there's nothing to worry about. Whatever may be your situation, whatever may you have suffered with, whatever may be your social problems, or your physical problems, or your family problems, financial problems, all can be solved with one shot. Because there's the Mother Kundalini sitting there. And when she rises, she passes through the 6 centers, which represents different capacities in you, enlightens them, and she grants you all these things that I have said. But apart from that, you get connected with the all-pervading power, and you develop a collective consciousness within you. Collective consciousness. It's not just saying you are brothers and sisters. You just start feeling another person on your fingertips, and you love that person. And also you start feeling yourself on your fingertips. This is the greatest discovery in the whole world, I should say, that people can get their self-realization. All other discoveries can complicate things, can give problems, can be disputed. But this theory cannot, because this makes you a person with absolute values. One doesn't have to tell, now you be righteous. I've seen drug addicts giving up drugs overnight. Alcoholics giving up alcohols overnight. Even Brian was telling me the other day, he used to smoke 80 cigarettes, and then from next day he just stopped. I didn't know, but he told me. He was in crutches when he came to me. So I have seen things happening like that, and it works out. But for you, it is better that you get your self-realization and you know about it, what it is. Actually, to get self-realization, you don't have to know all these things. It is something like to switch on the lights, you just have to know where the switch is. You don't have to know about the electricity, about the organization behind it, about the history behind it. Just this much. Where is the switch? In the same way, for your realization, you have to be switched on, that's all. But then later on you should know what is the mechanism that has worked out. Because if you want to give realization to others, if you want to help others, then you must know about it. The peace we talk about, we should have peace. We should have no atomic energy, we should have not this problem, that problem. Everybody is suffering from sense of insecurity from each other. Russia is afraid of America, America is afraid of Russia, everybody is afraid of each other. We are human beings. Even animals are not so much afraid as we are afraid of our brothers and sisters. Why should we be so much afraid? Because we have not reached that stage where we are collective, we are one, where we feel that we are the part and parcel of the whole. As you say, the microcosm becomes one with the microcosm. The microcosm starts feeling the whole. One drops becomes the ocean. That's what has to happen. And when that happens, all your theories become absolutely actualized. Like the other day somebody said, Mother, are you a capitalist or a communist? I said, I'm both. How? I said, I'm a capitalist because I have powers. And I'm a communist because I must distribute them and share them with others. So I'm a communist as well as a capitalist. Both things together. It's so simple as that. So you get completely integrated and all these false notions and theories drop out. These are all dogmas which are artificial, but basically a human being is the most beautiful thing God has created. The most beautiful thing God has created is the human being. We have not known the beauty of human beings. We can only know through the eyes of the Spirit. When you become the Spirit, then you start enjoying the beauty of another person. Whatever may be the race, religion, all these things do not come into your mind. From outside you cannot remove all these things. You cannot remove the differentiations between human beings. You cannot. By logic you cannot. But by becoming realized, you automatically do it. You just don't see any difference. Because where you go is the subtle form of yourself, which is the Kundalini. You just see a person in his chakras and not in his face, in his dress, in his status or in his money. Now also there were questions raised the other day about so many false people have been preaching about yoga, this, that and all that. How to make out a false person, the real one. The first criteria should be, does he take any money from you? Finished. On that point you can cancel most of them. But there are so many institutions which take money in the name of God and run them. This is also very wrong. You should not if you want to run any institution in the name of God, you need not take any money from anyone. What you can do is to, whatever, like me and now, we have no organization, no membership, nothing of the kind. We are so much attached to each other that we are not bothered about taking money for a combination or anything. For example, if I've come here, I'm living with Brian. If I go to Australia, I live with another person. If they come there, they come to my house. At the most, they pay for traveling. That's all. And that too to a travel agent. They don't pay me or to anyone. So there is no need to have big accounting and big organizations and money and all this nonsense. Because this money is the thing that creates problem. You must have heard now, there's one person is found with so much of millions of money with him who was saying he's a born again. This kind of born again or not, this is self-certification. Just a self-certification, I'm born again. A born again has certain powers. One power he has, that he can raise the kundalini of others and give them realization. Firstly. He doesn't take any money for it. He doesn't talk of money or anything. He can raise his hand and give realization to others. He can feel the vibrations of another person and he can tell what's wrong with that person, and also he can correct himself. The third power he has got, that sitting down here, he can tell you about anyone you want to know, what are his chakras like, what are his problems. Sitting down, he can say which are the people who are realized soul or not. Which prime minister is a realized soul and which is not. Sitting down here, they will know, because it's the subtlest of subtle of the ether, as you can say. We are all gifted with that. It's all there. Only thing you have to be put to the mains. Like this instrument won't work till it is put to the mains. In the same way, once you are put to the mains, you start working out your fantastic qualities, which are very beautiful and glorious. You automatically become virtuous and righteous. I don't have to give a sermon for that. Don't do this and don't do that. You just won't do it. You won't do anything that will destroy you. You go on to another path of construction of yourself, of your family, of your neighbors, of your city, then of your nation and the whole world at large. This is what we have to do today. All the rest of talks and these things are not going to help at all. Because people in talks say something, forget next moment. Here you cannot forget, because the whole thing works on your central nervous system. It becomes your awareness on central nervous system. You start feeling it on your central nervous system. That shows that you are fully evolved. All differences, all problems, all adherences, all wrong ideas of possessions just drop out. You stand in your own glory. You are not reactionary. You do not react to anything. Neither you react nor you accept anything blindfolded. You know what is exactly the right thing is and what is right thing to be done, and you stand on that right thing without bothering about what is to be done for the compromise. Like Christ, you know, that he stood against Mary Magdalene and said, those who have not committed any sin can throw a stone at me. That's the courage of a realized soul, that he knows this is the time he has to protect her. And he stands. He has nothing to do with a prostitute, a man like him. But he stands up and he says so. That courage, that quality, that personality just dawns, and you are surprised at yourself how I could do it. Apart from that, there are many dynamic gifts you get. Some people become great artists. We have in Australia only one girl. She became a great artist, very well known now. There are some people who become very great musicians, poets, all such qualities you can get. But the best of all, that you become an innocent person. You become very innocent. All the so-called sins you have committed drop out, and you become an innocent person and a very powerful person. Very powerful and humble. Very satisfied and compassionate person. That's what you become. It just happens. It is because it's all within you. It is not yet being manifested. Like some clouds can cover the moon, but when the clouds disappear, you can see the beautiful moon in the same way. You become very energetic, you can work very hard, you don't feel tired at all, because the energy is all the time flowing in you. You respect whatever is to be respected very well, and you do not bother about things which are not to be bothered about. So many qualities you develop. I myself never expected that Sahaja Yoga will work to that extent, up to New Zealand. I never knew that it will go that far in my lifetime, but it has spread so fast and so many people have been blessed. In Australia, I consider Australia and New Zealand as one place, one country, not two. It's one country is the thing, and is this red one that you see there with 4 chakras is the first one, is the center of innocence. And one day will come, I am sure of it, that Australia and New Zealand will be the leaders in spirituality, if not in anything else. They have never invaded any country as such. Maybe that they came here and settled down, but they did not invade. So it's a very big assurance I have, because I have seen the way Australians are mobilizing Sahaja Yoga all over. Only in Sydney we have got 12 centers. When we don't take any money, we don't have any organization, we have no membership. We have 12 centers in Sydney. That's how we should do something in New Zealand also, and I'm sure very soon, under the guidance of Brian, it will work out, and that you all will achieve your epitome of your evolution, that is the absoluteness. May God bless you all. I'm sorry, there's only one lecture. I am here only for one day, so I cannot elaborately talk about it. But there are many tapes they have, which you can hear about different subjects, and you can also know how to do the meditation. The meditation is only for 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. You can learn everything from them. They know very well, because they have been very, very senior Sahaja Yogis and are respected all over the world. Only thing, in number they are less. And I was telling them, if you get too many people, how will you manage? They said, we'll manage somehow, mother. So that's how, but you have to cooperate with them a little bit, and it can work out. We'll have the session of realization now, but I would like you to ask me questions, but not too many, because we don't have so much time.
I'd like to ask, if we are in spirit, and if we have been in the world many, many times, why are we still killing one another?
Why are we?
Why are we, if we have been evolving for such a long time towards the spirit, why are we still killing each other?
That's the trouble. I agree with you. You see, these modern times are described in the Puranas as Ghor Kaliyugas, the worst times. These are the worst times where the people will become absolutely horrid. Because without getting connected with God, we started moving in another lines, you see. Because we are not connected with God. If we were connected with God, we would never have done it. By our many births, what has happened is that these centers were established within us. But how we have used this and how we have worked out, I agree that it cannot understand why we are killing each other. The trouble is we are not connected with God. That's why we have done all these things.
You say that God doesn't want us to suffer, but there is still a lot of suffering in the world.
You say that God does not want us to suffer, but there is still a lot of suffering in the world.
Human beings have created the suffering. God did not. It's the human beings. They have to learn a lesson, I think, by so many ways. They just want to destroy themselves. See the things they do, the things they like. It's all self-destructive. All the things they try to do, human beings, are self-destructive. You see their behavior. You can't explain why they do it so stupidly, so many things which will destroy. Now supposing you ask the bull to come and hit you, then what happens? The bull will come and hit you. God has given us freedom of choice, in that you can go to heaven or to hell. Now many people prefer to go to hell all the time. This is the trouble, and you have to have your freedom, because unless and until you have your freedom, how can you enjoy your ultimate freedom? You have to have.
How did you find the realization yourself?
The gentleman wants to know, where did you find the realization yourself?
I didn't find it, I had it from my childhood. All right. But now I would say that don't ask questions about me, because it is better that you get to your spirit and then know me. Not easy to know me. See, it's quite an elusive personality is before you. Mm. Mm. Okay.
It is a Maori welcome, Sri Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And love
Yes.
and with peace. Thank you. And I will sing you a song because you have shared with me.
Beautiful. Do you know, we have in India a clan, or you can call a kind of people who are called as Maoris, living still in India. And I am now going to go and find out about them. And they come from the same province as I, from the Maharashtra province, so we are going to find out about them.
I have a question. I find that I go to spiritual teachers and that I'll be grounded and quite what I would call centered for the longest time would be 3 months. I don't need to meditate. I don't need to do rituals. I just always am. But I find that I get uncentered. And what I like is that it would always be that way at all the time, without having to work at it, so to speak, or having to go get a fix. Go get my meditation, my guru fix, so to speak.
She's saying that she goes to a guru or spiritual teacher and can find a balance, perhaps for 3 months, but then it doesn't last. And so she has to find another injection or fix. And she has a strong desire that she should gain this experience, this quality, this
It
feeling
should be retained.
all the time. She wants it all the time.
You can always have it all the time, no doubt. But you see, when you go to a guru or anyone, it's like a guru shopping. And I'm not a guru. I'll make you your own guru, all right? And you will know why you lose vibrations. It's not question of balance. It's not question of just feeling better. You can feel better with some drinks also. It's not that. It's something that you become empowered with. It's something where you understand yourself, something that you understand other people. It's not just merely just feeling better for a while. That's not the point.
No, it's a wonderful.
You will become your own guru. You will know yourself where you are going wrong.
Anybody else? Different energies, yeah. But it's difficult to hear you. Yes. The lady is asking about different energies that can come into you, and some of them are not very nice ones.
I think she's talking about entities also.
Or entities.
That's what it is, because it's not divine energies. These are negative energies. They can all come into you, but if you become divine, they run away. That's why you have to be, yes, correct. Entities is a good, you have seen it is a good thing. Because even to talk about them is sometimes difficult, but there are. All these negative forces are there, that's why we do wrongs. But that we accept much easily. Because we have risen from matter, we go to matter very easily. And we take those dead energies much more faster than the real energy. But once you are a realized soul, then you are not affected by them.
Why is there so much ignorance in the world? I mean, in myself too. When I look back and realise how I was a Catholic for 40 years, and I realise that religion has never brought peace to the world.
That's correct. See, you are all very simple people, naive people. Good people, of course. Now, there are a set of very good people, many people, good people. There's a set of some evil people. They sit down and plan out. Like every religious book is being changed. Now, I can say about our Bible, you should see clearly. Khalil Gibran has said the same thing. That why Mr. Paul is there in the Bible. He's the one who transformed Bible into many things. There is everywhere in Gita it is written that you are born with your caste. Cannot be. Because the one who has written Vyasa was the illegitimate child of a fisherwoman. So there cannot be any caste like that. How can he say you are born as a Brahmin? He cannot say because he was not himself born as a Brahmin. But you see, what happens? Simple people start believing in all these things and start getting to them and misleading. They are very misleading. They have organizations. They do all kinds of things. And they threaten you all the time. If you don't do this, you will go to hell. This will happen. That will happen. And simple people just get frightened, that, oh God, we'll go to hell now. So they just say, all right, whatever you say, we'll do. Whatever they say, they do it. In this, so many things like that. These gurus also taking full advantage. You say they make a big ado. Now come along, we'll give you a sort of a diksha, as they call it, is enunciation. For that you have to go this way, that way, make a big drama out of it, befool the people. Befooling is so much. Now this TM is another befooling, very big befooling, and gives you horrible things like epilepsy, horrible diseases. And some of the patients have come to me of AIDS from there. It's surprising. But still people are going to it. I'm warning them openly, but I don't think they listen to me. Now, this, as she said, the energies, you see, they put these black energies upon people or also entice them and also try to mesmerize them. They are not aware of what they are doing stupidly. This is the thing is, because they are so simple, such good people. Say, when it's a white sari, it's very easy to spoil it, isn't it? But if it's a black one, it may not be spoiled so easily. That's what you are, simple people, simple-hearted, good people. Easily you catch on to these things. Like in TM, they give mantras. With such 300 pounds you have to pay. And yours is $900. You have to pay just to get a mantra. And the mantra is what? Is Inga. Inga means the tail of a scorpion. Just imagine. There's nothing like Inga in Sanskrit language. That's not there. This word is not there. Then they have to, he says that Tinga. Tinga means showing it down like that, Tinga. All so stupid words they have given, taking 300 pounds from them, only for giving the words. So what to do? Why people believe them is because they have big organizations, they have big buildings, big houses, and they are very inviting, and they do all kinds of things.
Have you practiced the Kundalini experience in your life?
You see?
Have you practiced?
Experience Kundalini, moved Kundalini.
Yes, I will just now. I'll move yours just now.
Suppose somebody practiced Kundalini, then moved halfway. What happened to who will control it?
No. It is all wrong idea because people who had no authority to put their hands to Kundalini have tried it. That's why. They have no business, they have no character, they have no authority from God. I have done this for thousands of people. Nobody has suffered, everybody has got it. Nothing happens, nothing goes wrong. It's not like that.
But some people are liable to get
No one,
no,
no one, no one.
and go through anyone can go.
That's your mother, sir. Now, a mother, when you were born, took all her, your troubles of your birth upon herself. She didn't trouble you, did she? She is your individual mother. How can she trouble you? This is all a myth. And I think it's negative again, because they must have tried to frighten you that you don't get your realization. That might be one of the reasons. Also, I've seen books written, these people, they have such bad vibrations, the one who have written the books.
I want to ask if you think there are spiritual places in the earth that are more powerful, the earth is more powerful, or there's a special effect there which will help you become realized more faster or do something else to you?
Oh, it's an interesting question. Are there places on earth which are more powerful, which will help you to get your realization more quickly? Are there places of special quality, special spiritual qualities?
I don't know any. I can't mislead you, my child.
Swayambhus?
I mean, you mean to some places from the Mother Earth?
No, it's called ley lines. There's lines all around the world, and where they meet, points, special power points.
Some organizations?
No. It is,
Yes, that kind there, that's true. That is all right. I thought you were saying some organization. Of course, the Mother Earth has created so many points like that. She has made so many points which do emit vibrations, no doubt about it. She has.
When the Kundalini has been opened, can it be blocked again? Or can it be stopped? Once the Kundalini has been
Raised, yes, yeah.
can it be stopped or blocked?
can it be
It does sometimes get blocked, no doubt about it, but we can clear it. It's not so difficult. We can clear it. It's not so difficult to clear it. There's nothing to worry about.
last couple of things?
You can yourself clear it, anybody can clear it. No problem. It's a simple thing.
You made the statement earlier this evening that this is the age of Aquarius. This isn't the first time that I've heard it said in a very similar way. However, it was indicated that the middle of the next century is the limitation of the achievement. The question I would like to ask is,
What is
as
it?
far as I'm concerned, I probably won't see the middle
What
of
did you
that
say?
next century. I'm not asking you to be, what shall I say, a fortune teller in that context. But rather, what I would like to know is, if I can't see it, is there anything that you are able to indicate as to what is going to happen after the middle of the next century?
He draws attention to the fact that the age of Aquarius is really at a sort of climax, is really moving in the middle of next
This is
century.
Aquarius is Kundalini. Aquarius is the Kumbha, you see. Is the Kumbha, is there. Aquarius in Sanskrit language is Kumbha, and in your language is the water carrier. Isn't it? It's a translated. That is the triangular bone within us. And this is the age of Aquarius, no doubt about it. No doubt, this is the age of Kundalini. It's the Aquarius, it's true. In Sanskrit, it is called as Kumbha. Kumbha is in the Kumbha, the Kundalini is placed there within us. This is of course, it's the time of Aquarius, no doubt. You see, so many people have predicted. But I don't know, people cannot locate it, or they're still in the dark, they just do not know. And I think next century we'll have beautiful people all around us, no troubles of wars, very peaceful. We'll be all sitting in the kingdom of God.
And you could be there next lifetime if not this.
I took it I shave, I don't have a great beard.
There's a question over here. She'd like a little more information about feeling oneself through the fingertips.
First of all, you must get your realization, all right? But still, I can show you here, as they have shown it. There are 7 chakras, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now they are shown there. Now the first chakra is shown here. The red chakra is the first chakra, and then the second chakra is shown here. You see? And this one is the Vishuddhi, what we call, is the chakra there, throat here. This one is on the navel, Nabhi. And third one is the Agya chakra, is the chakra here of Christ here. And then we have the last chakra, is the Sahasrara, is the 1,000 petals lotus in the brain, around the limbic area. That's the limbic area. The Kundalini passes through all these chakras, through the parasympathetic nervous system, and pierces through the fontanelle bone area from the limbic area.
Feel, not feed. She thought you said...
No. I said feel. Feeling. I said F-E-E-L, feel. All right?
You said, she asked a question, you said after self-realization. But what about when you already feel those energies in your hands? I know a lot of people have very great contact with the energy in their hands. Are you saying that these people have realized feelings already?
She's wondering about people who already feel these energies in the hand. Are they already realized?
They should feel cool vibrations. Cool vibrations, then their Kundalini is awakened. So such people should know what it is. You see, there are many people who are realized soul, who are born as realized soul, but they don't know what it is. They don't know how to use it. They must know everything, isn't it? It's important.
There are a lot of realized souls now living.
Yes, I mean, at least many children I've seen are born realized children. Many children are, and they put their fingers to show this catching, that is catching of their parents. And sometimes when the parents come before me, they jump on their back, try to correct their kundalinis. Yes, it's true. Many children are born realized.
Last question. This is a new.
I've heard it said that in this age of Kali Yuga, that yoga is not possible for a lot of people, only for some. The only yoga that is possible is karma yoga.
The only?
Karma yoga. Now, I say it is possible. And it is verily possible. And the karma part of it, when the Kundalini moves, she awakens this center of Christ. Now we said that Christ has died for our sins, isn't it? He sucks in. He sucks in that yellow stuff which is our karmas, you see, what is the ego part of it. That is sucked in, then if you are no more there, who does the karmas? When your ego is not there, who does the karmas? Then you start talking in third person. You come into a karmas. You start saying, Mother, it's not moving, it's not coming. You say like that. You don't say, I am not doing it. You say, it's not coming. In the third person you start talking. It becomes a karma. As described in the Gita, it becomes a karma. They will go on saying like this because they can't do it.
Perhaps realization now, Mother. Perhaps realization now,
All
Mother.
right. Now, there's a simple thing you have to do little bit to cooperate with me. Is first of all we have to take out our shoes to take the help of the Mother Earth. That's all. Because we have to take the help of all the but it is going to work out. The first thing is you have to forgive yourself. And you have to be in a very pleasant mood. First of all, you must forgive yourself. Whatever mistakes you have committed, whatever wrong you have done, don't count them. So you are not guilty at all of anything. That you must remember. Because that is not the mood in which you should enter into the kingdom of God. So you should know that now there is no guilt in you, nothing has been done wrong by you. Don't curse yourself, don't blame yourself, don't say that you are wrong, you have done this wrong and that wrong, and you go on counting them. That would help you a lot if you just say that, Mother, I am not guilty. That's all you have to say within yourself. With full confidence you have to say, Mother, I am not guilty. Then I am going to teach you how to raise your own Kundalini, because she asked the question if it stops and all that. It's very simple how to raise your own Kundalini. So even if it stops, you can go on raising it again and again and it will work out. You will yourself raise the Kundalini today. But I'll tell you how to do it. You have to put your left hand towards me like this. Now left hand, I couldn't tell you in the whole lecture today, just like this, on your lap, just like this, on your lap. I didn't tell you in your lecture today, I think I should stand up, it would be better for the backside people to see. Now you can see me? You put your left hand towards me like this, just like this. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. Those who are sitting can put it on their laps. Just. This is to symbolize or to say that this is the power of desire. This is what you are desiring to have realization. That's why I'm putting the hand towards me. This is just the power of desire. This is the hand that does the action, so it has the power of action. So this is the hand we are going to use for raising our Kundalini. But we are going to work only on the left hand side. First I'll tell you, keep your eyes open and see for yourself. First only, this left hand will be towards me, right hand on the heart. Then it goes down in the upper part of your abdomen. Press it there. That's the center, on the left hand side. That's the center within us. On the left hand side, here. Then put it down here on the lower part of the abdomen and press it there. There's another center there. Then you come back again onto the upper part of the abdomen. There's a center there, very important center. And from this center, you come back to the heart. Now from here you have to go to the center, which is placed between, this we call as left Vishuddhi, between your neck and your shoulder here, and turn your face towards right, like this. For a while. Here is the center, is caught up when you are guilty. That's why I said you should not feel guilty at all. After that, you have to open your hand and put it on your forehead and press it hard on both the sides. This is the center of Christ. Then you have to go back and put your hand on the back side of your head and push it back like that. Let it rest there. Now, you have to stretch your hand And in the center of your hand, here, you put this on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was the soft bone when you were a child. Put it there and press it hard, the scalp, pressing out the fingers 7 times, slowly. That's all. And that's how you get your realization. It's very simple. Now let's do it again with closed eyes. Will you please take out your spectacles, because it helps your eyesight also. You shouldn't open your eyes till I tell you. So you won't need your spectacles at all. Anybody who is feeling uncomfortable here or in the neck or anything can loosen it a little bit. So to feel absolutely clear. Now, there's nothing to worry. It has not happened to anyone. Everybody will feel very much better. New Zealand people are really beautiful the way they're anxious to get their realization. So very happy to meet them, really. Isn't it? All right. Now, left hand towards me. This you should not move. Keep the left hand towards me. You can keep it on your lap if you find it comfortable, on your lap or anywhere. Now, the right hand. Before putting the right hand, you close your eyes now. Close your eyes. Take out your spectacles is better. Take out your spectacles, because it might make you feel a little awkward or maybe. Put it on your heart. Now close your eyes. Please don't open your eyes till I tell you. Now here is a very important question you have to ask me, because here resides the spirit. So you ask me a question 3 times. Mother, am I the spirit? You can call me Sri Mataji if possible, or call me Mother, that's easier. Mother, am I the spirit? 3 times. It's a very important question in your heart. Ask this question in your heart. Put your hand on your heart. Right hand on your heart. Right hand on your heart. Yes, on your heart. On your heart. Yes. Please keep your eyes shut. Now, move the right hand. Left hand as it is. Right hand in the upper part of the abdomen, on the left hand side. Upper part of the abdomen. Now, it's very good. Now, this is the center of your mastery. All the prophets who came on this earth have established this center for you so that you can master. You become a master of yourself. So now ask a question to me. Second question, Mother, am I my own master? Ask me a question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, take down your right hand in the lower part of the abdomen and press it hard. This is the center through which we work out the divine laws. It's the most important center that way. So now here you have to ask me, because I cannot force you to get it. You have to ask me. So please ask me 6 times, because the center has got 6 petals. Mother, may I have pure knowledge? Mother, may I have pure knowledge? Pure knowledge. It's good. 6 times, please. Now raise this hand again up on the left side of your abdomen, on the upper part of it. Now press it here. Now as you have asked me the question to give you the pure knowledge, the Kundalini has started moving. So now at this point, try to cooperate with the Kundalini by saying, Mother, I am my master. Please say it 10 times. Mother, I am my master. Please say it 10 times. Mother, I am my master. Have faith in yourself. With full confidence, please say, Mother, I am my master. That's a fact. Ten times. Now, raise your hand to your heart. Here with the self-confidence, full self-confidence, you have to say, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is 12 times. Mother, I am the Spirit, to make the Kundalini move faster upward. Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. The truth is you are the Spirit. Mother, I am the Spirit. Say it 12 times, please. Now we have to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love and grace. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives whatever mistakes we commit. After all, we are human beings, so we commit mistakes. So it would be better that you raise your right hand now. On your shoulder, between the corner of the shoulder and the neck, and put your head towards the right. Now here, press it hard and say with full confidence in yourself, Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times, please. Please say, Mother, I am not guilty. As I have told you, you have to be absolutely pleasantly placed towards yourself. Now those who still don't want to forgive themselves can say it 108 times to take the punishment. Put it on in here. That's very important. This center is very important. Put your head towards the right. Good. 16 times. Now. Now, raise your hand again to your forehead across and press it hard. Now here you have to say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now one should not think that it is difficult to forgive. After all, we forgive or not forgive, we do not do anything. But when we do not forgive, then we are playing into the hands of wrong people. So better forgive. Everyone you forgive, don't count them. Forgive them from your heart. How many times is not the point. From your heart, just forgive them. बहुत गर्मी है. Now, put the hand on the back side of your head. And now, place your hand on the back side and put the load of your head on that. And now here, for your own satisfaction, you can say, Mother, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. Or, oh Divine, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. Just for your own satisfaction. It's not necessary to say. Now, say it from your heart. Now, open your hands properly. Put the hand on top of the fontanelle bone area in the center. Press it hard and move it 7 times. 7 times. Here you have to ask me for self-realization. I cannot force on you. So you have to say 7 times, Mother, please give us self-realization. I cannot force on you. Now take down your hand and open your eyes slowly. Now, put your right hand towards me instead of the left, and put your left hand on top of your head. And see for yourself, have you got the cool breeze coming out of your head? Put it on the fontanel. Just some people get it very high, some people get it very, yes, there. Just keep it on this side, yeah. You can bend your head and see if you want to, would be easier. Now put the left hand towards me and put the right hand and see for yourself if you've got the cool breeze in your head. It's good. Now put again the right hand towards me and see with the left hand. Now you can raise both the hands towards the sky and ask a question in your heart. Is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Holy Ghost is the Kundalini. Holy Ghost is the Kundalini. Is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Is this the cool breeze of God's love? Is this the Parama Chaitanya? Just ask the question, put the head back and ask the question 3 times, any question you feel like. 3 times. Now bring it down. Now see for yourself. You feel peaceful inside and relaxed. You watch me without thinking. You can do it. Very easy. Now see. It's coming from you to me. It's so great. Now, those who have felt cool breeze on top of their heads or in their hands, you have to raise both the hands, those who have felt it. Those who have felt cool breeze in the hands, higher up like that, just make to see. Those who have felt cool breeze in their hands or on top of their heads should raise their hands. So many of you have felt it. What happened to your Aquarius? Didn't feel it? All right, we'll see about it. Most of you have felt it. May God bless you. Those who didn't do it would not feel. Naturally, this lady didn't do anything, so she would not feel anything. It's all right. May God bless you. Now, you can just see this gentleman. What's the matter with him? 1 few people should see, 1 or 2 people there. I saw. You didn't feel the cool breeze? No? All right. So can you come out a little bit? These boys, these can see. No, just see him. He's outside. Ingo, just see this gentleman didn't feel it. I'm sorry, but he should. He should. Yeah. Just you should feel it. Just see what's the problem. Done now. Feeling peaceful and happy now.
What year did you meet Mahatma Gandhi? What year were you at Mahatma Gandhi?
I was there with him from 7 years of age.
What year?
Must be 7. 1923 and 7.
1930?
1930.
1930, that's a
Civil disobedience.
staggered.
Civil disobedience time. Yes. My father was with him, mother was with him. The whole family. But especially me, I lived with him, personally with him. Yes. Didn't feel on the head. Now you just ask mother, come in my head. Just say that. If you didn't feel in that, just say that. It will come. Again. Say it again. Now just see. There? It's there. Whatever you ask, you'll get it. Now you've got it, madam. All of you. Very good. Now this gentleman, you just see this. He should get it, actually. He's read too much, I think. David, come along. Now you all can give realization. You all can see. You can see each other's heads also. You can see each other's head. To convince yourself. Just see what's the problem. I think Nabi. Little liver problem he has. That's all. Ask him to put his left hand on the liver. That's all. Left hand on the liver. That side. Yes, that side. Yes, that's it. And right hand towards me. That's all. Now see. Put both the feet on the... yes, now see. They work out from the back. हो गया रुस्तम? नहीं आ रहा? हाँ? Right, to balance them? Give him balance. Ask him what work he does. Give him a balance also. Give this gentleman a balance, he'll be all right. He's right-sided. Just give him a balance, left to the right. Move him left to the right. You must forgive. Did you forgive, sir? Did you really from your heart? All right, then you must. Now, are you feeling the cool breeze? No? That is in the head. Little bit has started. You will. Vishuddhi may be wrong something. All of them have got it. Now one has to laugh, that's all, and enjoy. Nothing to worry. You have entered into the kingdom of God and you'll be surprised how you are helped. Everything is over now. The one who didn't get there, some lady, can you come down this side, my child? This side. Maybe. Come this side. This side. If you can get out and come out, will be good idea. No, she's coming. David, she's coming this side. Now where are others? Mary, you see her. Or someone, give it to Balasa. Just, she will see. This gentleman with the... Have you been to any guru or anyone? No one so far? Did you feel now? In the head they did feel, but in the hands did not. Because this center is a little bit heavy. It will loosen out. But in the head they have felt it. You can feel it on his head, madam. You yourself. You can feel it. The neighbor, yes, you can feel it. Just see. Is it there? Now? Not yet.
Gladys, there's something back there,
Some people might feel the heat. That's all right, doesn't matter. The heat will be replaced by the cool breeze. But first the heat can come into some people. No? You are busy with the child. All right.
Anybody over there that can't feel it?
No. This lady, you can go down there to Mary. Yeah. Come along.
This.
Come along. She's felt it?
No, I don't much of a coat.
No? Both. You just give a bandhan on both the sides.
Bandhan?
That's how we give the balance, you see. Now this gentleman is what we call is a right-sided, is very futuristic, this gentleman is. So a little bit an imbalance is there, that's why he's not feeling it. But now it's all right. On the head, did you feel the cool breeze on his head? That's coming, yes. Now in the hands he's not feeling, isn't it? You said so. In the hands. So there is a pressure on your, this thing. You are feeling. Just see. Now, she's got it. Have you? Are you feeling in the hands? They must feel in the hands, otherwise they don't feel it. Did you feel it? Huh? You didn't feel. You failed. What about you? Come and help him there. Come along. These two can help. They are young boys. Come along. Get up. Just help there. Just come along. You can very easily. Come along. Tell them how to raise the Kundalini. Tell him how to raise it from the back side. Go to the back side, my child. The back side. Huh? Now tell them how to raise it. Huh?
On this one,
You tell him how to raise her Kundalini. Yes.
like
Yes.
just stand directly.
Fine. So tell all the Maori people to come and get their realization. All right? They have to have it. All of them. It's good now. Now she's feeling very well.
Same time. Take the same time.
Only for 3-4 people. I will go down and see 1 or 2 people. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Like making a movie.
Or since I've been here. Yes, since I've been here. Vegetables, food. Which ones?
Ramamood through Nishra. He lives in his ashram in New York. Stays. I don't know if it's his fault.
He was just saying that ashram he told you not for a reason, but for the people who stay there.
Oh, I'm sure he still does.
That's why just see how hard you are. Hey, how do you make it?
Lots of meditation, chanting.
No, yo banda kita Isra. I know him.
He's medical doctor.
Huh?
He's medical doctor.
What is? What is? So we are going to have a workshop. When are we having workshop? You better announce. Because we're going through this.
On Sunday, not tomorrow, next Sunday. You've got notes on the program here, which is the centre. But on next, not tomorrow, but the following Sunday.
You have not been to any
Tomorrow it was. But the following Sunday, we will hold
ST.
ST. When they make you, they develop your ego or something like that, that's the one? What's that? ST.
self-transformation.
It's a seminar class that's given.
It's quite expensive.
That's right.
Very.
You have to come back and judge how hard you are. That's what they do. I don't mind that they take money, but it's not only that they spoil your food. Sorry. Now, this is all right.
You'll see on the back of that little brochure an address where we have a centre. It's just a house, but it's quite an ordinary house, and a few of us live there. But we are, and it is an address and a telephone number. We have regular programs on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday afternoon. And the reason for those programs is just that people who are interested in the same thing coming together and developing, doing what we can to develop this realisation that we're going tonight.
Is that the address on the back?
That's the address on the back of the brochure. So that's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays we meet. You'll find it's really quite pleasant. We have a number of videotapes of talks that Sri Mataji has given in other places.
Yeah.
We have audio tapes and so on, and we quite often play one of those. We have questions, we have a little meditation. And we have another process whereby we work on each other's chakras, which is a very collective and nice thing to do. So that's those programs. But however, next Sunday, which is 25th? 24th? Thank you. The 24th, anybody who likes to bring a sandwich with them, we'll provide tea and all that. Come in the morning and have a day with us. If anybody would like to have a, so we can answer questions or do anything. If it's a nice day, we can sit in the garden. If it's not, we'll find room inside. That's on Sunday week tomorrow. I mean, come during the week. I mean, we'll be there at those times. And in the evening, anyway, there's always somebody at the end of a telephone line. You've got the number there if you want to ring and ask any questions. We're there and we're here because this interests us and because it's something we live for. We try very hard to establish a realization and development. And we can best do that by working with others. So, please come. If you want to come, please do. And next Sunday, the 20-something, 24th, if you want to come for the day or some of the day, preferably early on, because otherwise we find ourselves answering the same questions over and over again. So if you want to come for any part of the day, come at 10ish, and with a sandwich for lunch. Yes. About meditation. Well, that's one of the things that come along the centre we'll talk about. Basically, it's to use. We've got some pictures of Sri Mataji over there, which are quite useful because every photograph's got vibration. Photographs of Sri Mataji have quite a lot. So prop that up, put a candle in front of it, and just sit and empty the brain. Basically, that's it. But sometimes it's useful to have one or two little techniques to help it, because sometimes the brain just won't stay quiet. Yes, we do. Give me a ring and I can give you the address. What time? I will ring during the day. Ring in the morning. Ring that number in the morning and I'll give you the address of the Vancouver Centre. Oh, nice people there. Nice.
ready to.
She's working tonight. Yeah, she's doing 3 nights a week.
Ray, would you pass me your booties and stuff? I'll get it changed.
Thank you.
Very simple, is it? But you find lots of Mormon souls around.
Oh, yes, please. We may be able to get a lift to Mount Eden. If you ask that lady in the yellow, I think she's dropping Hermione off in Mount Eden.
But they'll all tell you all about it. Don't worry.
Hermione, what did Heidi have? What did Hermione? What sex was Dina's baby?
Yeah. I was just saying how beautiful
Boy.
your song was before.
Thank you.
It was lovely. This was a water baby birth. This lady, last time I saw her, she sold me some No, you sold me some. What's that aloe vera plant? And I kept bumping into you, and this is the outcome.
This is the product. I was very pregnant when I saw you, wasn't I?
Right.
Well, she's 5 weeks old. Do you remember?
5 weeks. No, where?
I think it's in Paris.
Have you done a massage course?
No, I haven't. But I'm sure a solstice gathering. Does
which?
that sound familiar?
Yeah, I was at the, you mean the wellness centre?
Yeah. No, I don't mean here. It's the solstice. We went to the solstice gathering. We'll probably also. Yeah. No, I'm sure. Somewhere. Yeah.
Venus Dawn?
Lady, no, the one, the other. No, Pakeha. There's